Good afternoon, everyone. It's Kirsten here for another Spa Business Break on Thursdays. So I'm back after, I missed a week last week because I was in Hawaii attending the Beauty Business Summit. And I've been talking about the Beauty Business Summit for quite some time leading up to it, and I hope that you got to see a few pictures on my Facebook page or on my Instagram feed. I have a story in there, actually it's in the highlights, that you can check out the experience of the Beauty Business Summit and what afterwards. We took a few days to have some quiet time. It was in Waikiki, and we took some quiet time outside of Waikiki after the summit was finished for a little R&R up on the North Shore. So today I want to share with you like a little debrief about the Beauty Business Summit and what I really appreciated about that event, because it was just so unique. Now, I'm hoping that you have been to conferences before, but the difference between this and a conference is that it was much, much more intimate. It was much, much smaller. So I know that a lot of the conferences for spas and skin, they're huge. They have huge trade floors. They have like tons and tons of rooms you can choose from, a plethora of speakers and vendors. This was not like that at all. Now, so I have 3 points that I want to make. And the first point that I really appreciated and that I heard feedback from every attendee that I spoke to was just how much they appreciated how intimate an event this was. Now, I believe there was about 80 people there. And so, in the world of conferences, that is really, really tiny. But what that allowed to happen was some really rich connections. When you're kind of being herded by cattle through big conferences, it's difficult to make those personal connections. And when we're at these kinds of events, that's part of the reason why we're going, is to meet new people, meet vendors, get to know industry leaders, get to know other estheticians or skin therapists or lash artists at these events. But sometimes when they're so big, they're so overwhelming, it's difficult to really connect. In this event, because it was so small, it was really easy for the speakers to connect with their audience and to connect afterwards with the people that were listening, to have a deeper, richer conversation about what they were talking about. And also, even really for the attendees to have deeper, richer conversations with their peers. So, we got to really dive into some really great connections. I think Kaylin Juris said this the best. She said that we laughed, we cried, we prayed, we broke bread together. And I don't see any other way of like how you could not feel really connected with the people that you're learning with when you do that. So each of the VIP tickets included breakfast, lunch, and dinner with your other VIP attendees, as well as the speakers and the vendors. So that was a really nice time to break bread and get to know each other. Not especially for myself as a speaker, and I know for the vendors, it wasn't a place to pitch. I didn't see that happening at all. It was truly to get to know each other. So that was my number one takeaway, was just how much more rich an experience that was as a really intimate event. And, for those of you that don't like networking, this is like the perfect way, because this was more about just getting to know our peers, getting to know other leaders, and just having natural conversations, normal conversations. Okay, the second piece that I loved about the Beauty Business Summit was the attention to detail. Maxine Drake, oh my gosh, you had it totally covered. So from the moment that you started walking into the area that we're in, there's just beautiful balloon arch in the colors. The vendors were set up just, there wasn't a huge amount of vendors, so you really got to check out what they were bringing to us. The swag bags were insane. When I opened mine up, I was like, holy cow, I was not expecting this. Like full size, for the VIPs, full size products of skincare. It was It was amazing, 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 amazing. The details inside the room, the lunch and all the meals were fabulous food. It was at the Hilton Waikiki Village, I think it was called. So even the venue itself was incredible. And then as far as the meals went, like the food was fantastic, but one of the little attention to detail pieces that I really was loving was on the Saturday night with the VIP dinner. We had one of the ladies, oh gosh, I can't remember her name, blanking on it right now, but I will pop it into the chat. She does energy work, and she spoke about the power of touch, power of energy in working with the treatments. It was Linda. It was Linda. That's what I mean. Anyway, she led a little exercise after our dinner called an appreciation party. And what she did was she had everybody take, she gave everybody a whole bunch of little fun little sticky notes and pens. And we wrote each other little love notes. We wrote little notes of appreciation. So even though we didn't, really know each other super, super well, we had just started to get to know each other. And, there's definitely pieces in here that we could share those little bits of appreciation. So I'm going to share my board. So it's just it was just super simple, nothing fancy. And she gave us these 12 by 12, looks like kind of scrapbooking paper to put your little love notes on. So that was just a really nice little detail that was added to the dinner. That was on Saturday night for the VIPs. Now, number 3 that I loved was just the high value content that was being presented. There was zero selling from the stage, which is so appreciated by attendees because we love to buy, but we don't like to be sold to. And especially when we're in conferences, sometimes that comes with the knowledge as we get a pitch at the end, which we totally understand. However, Maxine wanted to do this really differently and have it all about high value, really great content and really just giving it. So, I know that I heard this from the attendees that they really appreciated that there was no selling from the stage. And as kind of being there as a speaker, fine by me not to sell from the stage. It makes things easier. And really, as far as that goes, with any of the speakers that were there, like if attendees felt connected with them and wanted to, continue working to try working with them, there's that natural relationship already started. So if it's a right fit, you guys will find each other and connect, right? Now, the other piece that I really liked about the content, it was a really nice blend of more mindset and leadership, and it was blended nicely with more tactical, practical advice. So, when we are leaders and we're looking to go and improve our own leadership, improve our businesses, we definitely have to have a nice balance of, that kind of personal development, because leadership really, the basis of it starts with personal development, personal awareness. So if you're wanting to up your game in your business, that means you have to up your level of personal development. It can't be all business tactical. Got to have a nice blend of it. And I felt that the speakers that Maxine chose was a really great blend of both. So those are my top 3 things, just how intimate the setting was, the attention to detail that Maxine brought to the game, and the high value content. So the Beauty Business Summit will be going on next year, next fall. It won't be in Hawaii. This time it's in Clearwater, Florida. And Maxine's already put out her early bird special. And so I'm going to pop that into the chat after I'm done here. So if you had been following me and following other people that had been at the summit and you're like, I want to go next year, if you're having a little bit of FOMO, then you definitely want to take advantage of some of the early bird ticket pricing so that you got your ticket, you're going, and then once you know you're going, then you can start saving for what you need for flights and for your accommodations. And it's not such a big crunch as it gets closer to buy a ticket, get accommodation, flights, and then spending money. So this way, when you plan it out far in advance, you can make sure that you have your budget set for whatever you want to be able to experience then. All right, so I will be at the Clearwater Beauty Business Summit next fall as well, and I hope that you will join us there. Thanks for joining me. If you have any questions about the summit, you can put them in the chat here, and I'm sure Maxine will be on, so if you have any questions that I can't answer, she will pop on and answer them for you too. All right, thanks for joining me. I will be back here for another Thursday Spa Business Break next Thursday at 12 noon Pacific.